The Galactic Academy's shuttle bay had seen every kind of return imaginable. Broken cadets carried on grav stretchers, survivors trembling in shock, species that communicated through color shifting, dimming to gray after their first true brush with mortality. The bay was designed for aftermath, medical drones hovering, instructors preparing reprimands or condolences, and analysts already updating survival models. What it was not prepared for was laughter. The sound echoed off the polished alloy walls as the drop pod's hatch hissed open. 2 humans stepped out. Cadet William Chen rolled his shoulders as if shaking off stiffness after a long nap. Cadet Daisy Rodriguez hopped down behind him, boots clanging lightly on the deck, a wide grin on her dirt-smeared face. Both wore standard Academy survival suits, scuffed and scratched, but intact. No torn seals, no emergency patches, no visible panic. Commander Zroth froze mid-step. His 3 eyes tracked them in disbelief, scales rippling along his neck in a pattern that, among his species, meant deep cognitive distress. Impossible. They had been dropped on Kepler-4 2F, a Class-7 Deathworld. 72 hours, no extraction, no external assistance. Survival probability for humans 12%, and yet they were walking, casually. Cadets, Zroth said, his translator crackling as it struggled to match his rising disbelief. You have just completed 72 standard hours on Kepler-4 2F. William nodded. Whoop, the projected survival rate for your species was super pessimistic. Daisy finished cheerfully. You guys really undersold it. The shuttle bay went silent. Nearby cadets from other species, Draxi with cracked exoshells, Quellians wrapped in thermal blankets, Zenchori, whose bioluminescence flickered weakly, stared at the humans like they were hallucinations. Zroth tapped his datapad, pulling up telemetry logs as if numbers might reassure him. Atmospheric pressure, he said sharply. 1.3 times your homeworld standard. Oh yeah, William replied. Like high altitude back on Earth. Took a day to acclimate. Zroth's mandibles twitched. Temperature fluctuations ranged from -40 to +60 Celsius. Daisy shrugged. Layering. Electrical storm exposure classified as lethal. Lightning strikes every 4.3 seconds for 17 minutes. That storm was gorgeous, Daisy said fondly. Only then did Zroth notice the thing draped over her shoulders. It resembled a 6-legged ferret the size of a backpack, its body sleek and muscled, bioluminescent stripes pulsing softly along its spine. 3 rows of crystalline teeth glinted as it yawned, and then it began to purr. The sound resonated low and pleasant. Zroth's scales turned pale yellow. That, he said slowly, is a Caparian striped reaper. William glanced back. Oh, Biscuit. The creature chirped happily. One of the apex predators native to Kepler-4 2F, Zroth continued, voice tightening. It dissolves organic tissue on contact when threatened. Only when threatened. Daisy corrected gently, scratching Biscuit behind what might have been ears. She's actually very sweet. Zroth stared. You named it? Yeah, William said. Found her during the storm. She was stuck under a fallen tree. And you intervened. Daisy nodded. Couldn't just leave her. Zroth's datapad slipped from his claw and clattered to the floor. You are telling me, he said slowly, that during a Class-7 survival assessment, you diverted resources to rescue an apex predator. William scratched Biscuit's chin. We also shared rations. Silence. Your rations? Zroth repeated, dangerous emphasis creeping into his tone. The emergency nutrient paste designed to be bland to avoid attracting predators. Right, William said. But we had hot sauce packets. Zroth's scales turned a sickly white. You fed a striped reaper hot sauce. Ghost pepper? Daisy added proudly. She loved it. Biscuit purred louder. Around them, murmurs spread like ripples through water. A Quellian cadet with torn feathers stared openly now, all replacing exhaustion. A Draxi trainee leaned heavily on a medical drone, eyes wide. Zroth tried another angle. The gravity, he said. 1.3 standard should have caused muscular failure. Great for workouts. William replied. We're gonna be ripped. The nocturnal predators hunt by thermal signature, Daisy said. So we covered ourselves in mud, Zroth exhaled sharply. Like primitives. Like smart people, William corrected. Plus the mud had minerals. Daisy's skins never looked better. Annoyingly, it was true. Despite everything, both humans looked healthy. Scratched, dirty, sun-darkened, but energetic. Their eyes were bright. No tremors. No psychological distress markers. The electrical storm found a cave, Daisy said. Waited it out. Talked. Bonded with Biscuit. 8 MREs. Camping, William added. Zroth tasted the word like poison. Camping? Yes, sir. The commander struggled, pulling every remaining objection from his training. No species should survive those temperature swings without environmental suits. Cold's cold, William said. Whether it's a Deathworld or Minnesota in January, you dress right, stay dry. And the heat? Shade, Daisy said. Hydration. Activity planning. Zroth opened his mouth and stopped. The academy headmaster had stepped forward. Her centauri scales shimmered silver with age and authority. Her eyes, ancient and sharp, studied the humans not with disbelief, but calculation. Commander Zroth, she said calmly, I believe our classification system may require revision. Zroth bowed instinctively. Headmaster, these cadets not only survived, they thrived. They domesticated an apex predator. Wouldn't say domesticated, William said. More like mutual respect. With snacks, Daisy added. The headmaster made a sound that might have been a laugh. Note this in their files, she instructed. Exceptional adaptability, extreme resilience, a concerning lack of self-preservation instinct that paradoxically increases survival outcomes. Yes, headmaster. She paused, then added, also, no more Class-7 worlds for human cadets. Zroth blinked. Because they're too dangerous? No, she said dryly, because it's unfair to the planet. As the humans were dismissed for decontamination, Biscuit already approved for temporary station residency, the other cadets parted before them instinctively. Daisy called to a Draxi cadet struggling to walk. You okay? Class 3 desert world, the cadet croaked. No water for 18 hours. William winced. Rough. Kepler 4, 2F had 3 major river systems. Great fishing, too. The Draxi stared. As the humans disappeared down the corridor, Commander Zroth reopened the mission roster. Quietly, carefully, he reclassified every death, world simulation involving humans. Not upward, downward. A note auto attached to the human species profile. Do not attempt to challenge. They will take it as a vacation suggestion. The Academy would never underestimate humans again, because Death Worlds had failed to scare them. And that was far more terrifying.